Mayor and or Eric, you guys want, I know we talked about this up in legislative, and we'll probably do it in legislative again, do we want to just do the explanation now, or?
Well, I think the quickest, yeah, so thank you very much. Right, you're ceding the rest of your time, Mr. Busick? Right?
Sure.
Okay, so I think that the best way to get information regarding any ongoing activity or whatever from the police is probably to send an email, right? Because this isn't a forum where he's probably prepared to answer those questions. If you're looking for that information, I'd recommend you do that, Mr. Busick. Regarding the legislation that you referenced, 2020 or Resolution 2022-30, this is not the action that is placing any levy on the ballot. This is a certification of certifying them. Yeah, so it is a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying. So it is just an understanding of what is currently on the books.
As I understand it, someone can fix me, correct me here, we'll talk about upstairs. Pretty much every year we have to say to Franklin County, yes, we're still collecting this money, yes, we still need it. This is not changing any of that. This is still just all those things we have to re-justify to the county every year. Yes. Where this is the application part of it, or am I getting it wrong?
Yeah, this is an advance to a levy renewal, but this is not the levy renewal.
That is already being placed on the levy. That was legislation that we did a while back. That was already, we already did that. Yes, we did that several months ago. But there is going to be a renewal, it is not a new one. There is going to be a renewal, and I'm gonna say my 2 cents. If you have specific financial questions as far as that goes, I would email the fiscal officer at fiscal@minervapark.org. I don't wanna say something that's not accurate, and I don't think anybody up here would want to say something that's not accurate.
Like I just did.
Well, no, you're totally fine. There is a renewal going on the ballot. And my advice would be just to email fiscal@minervapark.org. He will also be at the next meeting, which is the first meeting, the Thursday in October. And I can have him prepared to answer that, and then we'll also be having a finance meeting here in the next couple weeks as well. So fiscal@minervapark.org, he will answer any of those questions that you have.
There you go. There you go.
And thank you.
Awesome, that brings it to me, okay. Lots of stuff to pass tonight, or at least vote on. All right, starting it off, ordinance 26/2022. An ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for the current expenses of the Village of Minerva Park for the year 2022 and a third reading. This appropriation, am I going to get out of order? No, okay, here we go. I need to look here. $60,000, it's going to the price of our new police cruiser. I say our new police cruiser, we probably won't be getting it until next year. In fact, certainly won't be getting it until next year. This is something that with the difficulty in obtaining vehicles, we started last year actually. Last year so in 2021, we approved money for our 2022 car so we could put the order in. We have received that car, but not all the upgrades that need to make it an operable police vehicle. So it's actually still, I just learned tonight, not being used because we're waiting for a few Tuesdays when we're gonna have the final part. I think we're waiting for cameras or something.
It's all in, we're just waiting to get it installed.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So once again, we see how even though we ordered that cruiser in 2021, we are in almost October of 2022 before it is all here and available. That is why we are ordering them a year early. And at this point, we're just on a cycle. We didn't order one for this year because we already ordered one last year. I think that's all I really need to go on about this. I move for passage.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any more debate? All right, ready?
Councilperson McNamara. Aye. Councilperson Bruger.
Aye.
Councilperson Koss. Aye. Councilperson Tresta. Aye. Council President Wolf.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on, ordinance 27, 2022, an ordinance to make supplemental appropriations for the current expenses of the Village of River Park for the year 2022. This is also a third reading. This is a little bigger and more detailed one, has a much heftier price tag, a total cost of $271,767. The lion's share of that is $230,000 that we need to appropriate from general funds for the TIF loan payments for this year. I know I've explained this every time we've talked about it. We were gonna give them all the bank all the TIF money from this year, but MI Homes had already taken the first 6 months of it out. We have to make up for the back. We have already passed, I believe, an ordinance to pay ourselves back that money from the TIF revenue back into the general fund. Some other things that were on here, $15,000 is going to Rita. We paid Rita to do, of course, manage our income tax. They get a percentage is how we pay them. Our tax receipts looks to be higher this year than in past years, so we need to modify our estimates so we know we have enough to pay them for their services. There was, what, $5,000 extra fuel costs for the police. Some money for the mayor's office so we can rent storage to store our furniture. Is that what that's for, Mayor? Predominantly? The mayor's office personnel services, or is that a different one?
That's probably a different one. I'm looking. I know some of the things that we have is.
General government capital outlay might be the pod.
That's the pods,
Okay.
yes,
By pods, we just mean, storage pods, guys.
yes.
Anyway, I think that's about as much as I need to go into that right now. Pretty much being all of it. Third reading, I move for passage. Moved and seconded. Anyone up for debate on this?
Okay, Council President Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Tressa,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara,
Aye.
Councilperson Bruger,
Aye.
Councilperson Costs.
Aye.
All right, on to ordinance 28, 2022, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and fiscal officer to enter into contract to purchase a new police cruiser through the State of Ohio Competitive Purchasing Program and declaring an emergency. Of course, we just appropriated the $60,000 extra dollars to do that. Looks like we're gonna get a 2023 Ford Explorer police cruiser package in an amount not to exceed $60,000 for the East Baton Village's Police Department. Justification for anyone curious as to why this is an emergency. You already heard my tale of how long it's taking to get cars in. We don't want to wait 30 more days to put the order in and end up not getting it till 2024. So first not first because we're not getting rid of any readings. I move to pass as an emergency.
Second.
Anybody? All right, looks like just name calling.
Okay. Councilperson Bruger,
Aye.
Councilperson Tressa,
Aye.
Council President Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Costs,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Okay, and now for the new one that Mr. Busick was referencing earlier. Resolution 2022-30, a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor and declaring it an emergency. Honestly, people, this is part of the title. As this was just received and is due by October 1st. We just received the paperwork to fill out from the county. This is not Mayor Hughes, shoot, Mayor.
Southern.
Southern, thank you. I was there when it happened, I can remember. This is for the renewal levy that we approved in the fall. This is the county saying like, okay, this renewal levy is for this amount. Do you really need it and all? It's just the paperwork they need before putting it on the ballot. I move that we in fact waive the second and third readings.
Second.
Anyone with any discussion on that? Anyone want to make a strong case against, or I think I made a case for, so I guess it'd be against, who should speak on it? All right, we're looking good then.
Councilperson Tressa,
Aye.
Councilperson Bruger,
Aye.
Council President Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Cost,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara.
Aye.
Okay,
Now, this is not, I see on my agenda listed as being to pass as an emergency. Do we need to do that so we can?
mine says it.
Yours says it,
On the
okay.
agenda, yes. And declaring it an emergency as this was just received and is due
Yeah,
October.
Oh, I'm sorry, and declaring it as emergency. I got hooked up on that as to why we're rating movies. Yes, so never mind. It is listed as an emergency, so I'm gonna move we pass it as an emergency.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any debate?
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Councilperson Bruger,
Aye.
Council President Wolf,
Aye.
Councilperson Cost,
Aye.
Councilperson McNamara,
Aye.
Councilperson Stressler.
Aye.
All right, that's all the legislation we have tonight.
All right, let's move to old business. That's not, I don't think this is. Okay, no old business. Let's move to new business. I'm gonna let Brian talk first. So if anybody has anything, let me know, and then
All right, so we got two things, I have two things for new business.
Go for it.
The first is easy, probably easy peasy is, at the start of the meeting, we found it awkward to say the Pledge of Allegiance in a room with no flag. I suggest that we amend the rules of council to just amend the agenda, to get rid of the, Pledge of Allegiance, and we can re-amend it when we're back in a space that has an American flag.
I'll second that.
All right, so we're in agreement, so I am now making a motion, as I just stated, to remove the Pledge of Allegiance from the council agenda until such time that we are in a space that we control and we can place an American flag should we want to. So now I need a second.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? All right. Second one, also a rules of council amendment, because we are in the process of the move to the temporary location. Our rules of council indicate, or actually the URC, and our rules of council indicate 5 different places where we would post our meeting notices. 2 of those are inside the community building. So, I would like to amend our rules of council to indicate 4 places that we are displaying the meeting notices publicly, and those 4 places would be the pool, the posting board at the playground, our website, and the posting board that is outside of 2829 Minerva Lake Road. Anybody have any issue with that?
No.
Okay, then I am making a motion that we amend our rules of council to indicate that we will be posting meeting notices until future notice at the 4 locations, being the pool, the playground, on our website, and on a posting board outside of 2829 Minerva Lake Road. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? There we go.
Nope.
I got mine done.
Okay. This is for everybody on council to know, as well as anybody watching. RETA letters have been sent out, so if we have any non-filing people for our income tax, you will be receiving a letter from RETA, and it will tell you exactly what you need to do. So letters went out, just so you guys are aware, if you get people asking questions, what exactly is this? I don't know if I can say how many, but I will tell you they were in the hundreds of letters that went out. So I'm sure there's probably many that have no idea. So that's just so you guys know, and you aren't surprised if someone asks you about it.
Are these for people who didn't file last year?
Correct.
Okay.
This past year. And again, some could be that they didn't work in here, there, who knows? So at this point, you're getting a letter, you can handle it directly with RETA, and get it handled that way, so.
Didn't know you're about to know.
Yeah, so that way, everybody knows that these letters went out, and it'll tell you what you owe or what you need to do to be valid. Okay, that was my new business, except before Brian says let's adjourn. I just Can't believe Chief is still here. He's been here since 7 o'clock this morning, and I was surprised that he was here, because I was planning on waiting until next week, or in 2 weeks, and I'll probably say the same thing. I cannot say thank you enough to Brian and Barb, Chief, Leah, Jeff, for the move. They have been working so many hours over the last few days, and it has been unbelievable the amount of work that they've put into this move, and I just, if you see them, tell them thank you, because you have no idea how much these guys have done for the village, above and beyond what they needed to do. So, again, thank you, Chief, for still being here.
You are
And need to go home.
appreciated. Go home.
And on that note, we'll move to adjourn.
Let's go.
Second.
Bye.
There you go.
Go
Go home.
Me.
Right now, it's just getting, again, it's just, I've been busy.